3 years ago, myself, Becky, and my husband, Austin, bought our dream house in the country. This is That 70s House, a 2-story farmhouse built in the 70s with so much charm, so much potential, and honestly, so many problems.
Found some sort of exposed wires just chilling in the ceiling.
I don't know how this is still standing. Totally rotted.
That's our house.
Potential house fire.
That's extremely illegal.
We're not renovating a bathroom anymore. We are now building a bathroom basically from scratch. The second we walked through the front door, we immediately had visions of everything it could be. But turning a fixer-upper into your dream home is never as simple as you imagine. Over the last few years, we've taken on room makeovers, renovations, unexpected disasters, countless DIYs, and probably more trips to the hardware store than any person should honestly make. Some projects completely transformed the space, and some had us questioning if we had gotten in way over our heads. But through it all, this house slowly started becoming a home. So in this video, we're going back to the very beginning. Every makeover, every renovation, every chaotic moment, and every transformation that has turned this farmhouse into That 70s House. You guys ready to see it? Yes?
You talking to me or the folks?
Come on in. This is the main living space. This is really what sold us on the entire house because as you can see, it's just so beautiful in here. It's one giant big space, which is the kitchen, sort of the dining room, and the living room, and it just has these most amazing wooden ceilings, which as soon as we saw it, I think we knew, Austin, right? This was the one.
This is the one.
This is the one, and I think a lot of you guys knew too when we were showing you the houses. You knew this was the one. Something really fun about this space is the cedar shingle wall. I think when we first saw it, we didn't know if we liked it or not, couldn't tell, but it's seriously grown on me and I love it. Over here, this is our, I guess you could say, formal dining setup. This table came from our old house. Clearly, we don't have great chair options for it. I do have, again, some thoughts of what I want to do in this space that may or may not even need chairs. And in here is a built-in pantry. Not too glamorous yet. Just kind of old storage, but hey, never complain about having too much storage in a space. Okay, let's go this way. This is the side room to the main room. Again, it has these amazing wooden ceilings. Over here is my temporary office setup. I mean, it's working really well. I would just love to decorate this whole space a bit better.
This is the porch. I feel like I should be wearing shoes.
The porch is absolutely beautiful. The flooring of the porch,
A little questionable.
needs a little work.
So many trees.
And this is the outside of the living space that we were in earlier. Hopefully you can see more than just my reflection. And we got
This is
this
where we have coffee.
really nice seat. And then this porch just takes us back to the front door where we entered. So you've seen the grand upstairs, literally my favorite part of the entire house, but there's the downstairs. Let's go check it out. I think this is where I want to redo the gallery wall that was in our stairs.
Ooh, that could be fun.
In here is Austin and I's main bedroom. And it's quite a big space. We were very excited by this. I think it was maybe 2 rooms that they made one, but very grateful for that decision. Pretty much just all of our furniture from the last house just got brought here, but it works really well together. And the benefit of having 2-in-1 spaces is that I was able to essentially join what was my walk-in closet with all my clothes and things into one big room, which is so much better.
Oh, not much room in there.
Everything's in there.
How do you even operate?
Okay, don't expose me too much. In here is a room we're not really talking about too much. It is the ensuite bathroom and we currently don't use it. I don't know how well it's gonna show up on camera, but this room does need a lot of work. We think it's probably a full gut job reno. A lot of the tile is cracked. Yeah, it's coming apart. There's some obvious water damage here on the floor, and then this wall, which is not even real tile, it's like a plastic sheet, but it's very warped. This needs a lot of help in here, so we didn't even worry about moving anything into here because we know we're gonna address it eventually. Now we get into the fun bonus part of the house. This is what I kind of call the guest quarters, the guest suite. come through here. This is a little pass-through room, just kind of has a closet we're using as storage right now and some more things that we haven't unpacked yet. So there are 3 guest rooms in this house, which is like just amazing. This is the first one. Just a bed that we already had that we set up temporarily for people to stay. We have guest room number 2. And then lastly, guest room number 3. And then very lastly, we have a laundry room, which she needs a little bit of help.
She's got laundry in the laundry room.
Laundry. The machines are great. The room itself is a little.
Oh, you don't like the pegboard?
I love a good pegboard, but it needs a little TLC. So now that you've seen the whole house, you kind of know where we're starting from. But I do think it'd be helpful for you to know where I want to take this before we get into doing the real work. And to do that, I want to tell you about a tool that is a part of every single project I do, and that is today's sponsor, Milanote. Milanote is the tool for visualizing creative projects. I am a highly visual person, and let me tell you, this has everything I need to keep me organized for projects both big and small. So let's go into the main board here for That 70s House. I have a few pictures right here that really encompass the entire vibe I'm going for this house. It's a little mix of the funkiness from the 70s with so much of that classic warmth from the 50s and 60s mid-century modern era. Then from this, I like to create new subboards for each project or room that I'm working on. You can either build the boards yourself entirely from scratch, or you can choose from the built-in templates for a really great starting point. Something that I really want to take into consideration for this house going forward is something called biophilic design. I went down an entire rabbit hole and put all of my research here on this board. Essentially, it is a lot more than just putting a plant in a room. It's really about creating a feeling of connectedness to nature through the environment that you design. So on one hand, it could be using natural materials like wood and cork and stone, or it can be adding in more windows or even a door that allows you to access nature more easily, which, spoiler, I want to do that. Building this mood board with Milanote was honestly such a breeze. They have this web clipper tool, which once you have the extension installed, you can save images from literally anywhere, and they all get consolidated onto your mood boards with just a few easy clicks. And all of this is super easy to build out. You can drag and drop any elements from the text boxes, color swatches, and even to-do lists to keep me organized. And of course, they have a mobile app which syncs perfectly with all the work that you've done, so when you're out shopping on the go, you can pull up your reference photos or your shopping lists. So head to that link in the description or scan this QR code right here on screen to sign up for Milanote for free with no time limit. Okay, let the makeovers begin. This is the first home reno, home decor, home makeover, anything that I'm starting in the new house, and I'm so excited for that. On top of this space serving as my office, it will also be a little bit of the music room. I think the guitars will live here, and another really big aspect of this room that I want to implement is something that Austin's been asking for. Since we basically bought the house, one of his only asks is that he really wanted a pool table. I think I gotta figure out a way to get a pool table in here. Around the whole room, there is this white trim, but it was installed a little poorly and it's falling off in a lot of places. So the first step we're gonna start with is removing this trim wherever it is falling off. Oh. I wanna just do a really nice, rich wood color that's gonna match the ceilings and the floors. And it's gonna scream a little more mid-century than this white trim. Okay, got my Marketplace wall lamps, which we need to talk about this, okay? I saw these listed. The price was reasonable. There was 2 of them. So naturally, one would assume they're just in the style of the mid-century modern lights that look like this because the price was good. I think these are authentic, guys. I literally do think. Look, they have the little Herman Miller charm on this, and then the shade itself has a sticker here that also says Herman Miller. Let's see, okay, this is it, straight from the Herman Miller website. It's like $500 a light. It's $1,000 in lights. Oh my God! Stunning! Stunning! A little bit of grease, but I can clean that. Frickin' stunning. Okay, okay. We are coming very similar to spaces that I have pinned. Like, look at these photos with the wood trim and the white wall, and then look at this space, guys. I think we're getting there. I really do. I'm very excited for what's up next, which is to decorate this whole place now that it's ready to go. It needs some more pieces, some styles, some decor, and oh, hopefully that pool table. A staple in a lot of mid-century designed homes are track curtains, specifically white track curtains that go all the way to the ceiling and span like a large amount of the wall. Hello? Are you coming to talk about curtains? So the one place I think it makes sense is to do it on either side of the sliding door that goes out to the porch. So that's what we're gonna do. Now that that's been taken care of, are you guys ready to see my newest secondhand find that I'm just so excited about? I'm gonna assume that's a yes. I'm showing it to you. This is giving me like super chic therapy session. This guy is such a statement piece and we love it for that. It really kind of fills this area nicely, but I also don't know if I can put other things with it and have it not be too much. If you guys remember my last house, in my walk-in closet room, I DIY'd that giant wall shelf and I have that with me. I think I want to put it back in this room somewhere. I picked up a secondhand pool table and it's currently sitting in pieces in my parents' garage, waiting until we can have it assembled and surprise Austin. Well guys, you might have noticed the time lapse ended and the pool table wasn't finished. And that's because the pool movers dropped the middle piece of slate on the way into the house. The surprise is not happening because it's gonna take a while for them to fix this, and Austin will be home shortly. So I'm just gonna have to reveal it in the state that it's in, which is so less impressive than I was hoping it would be. But we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Remember how the room looked before?
Yes.
Check it out now.
The pool table? How'd you do that?
We got part of a pool table. It's been a hard day. I found the vintage sofa of my dreams that I am gonna use as a dining booth for this breakfast area. It needed a base to raise it up to chair height, which we DIY'd, of course, and then I found the most amazing retro chairs and restored them back into good shape, and now they're living in the dining nook, and it's already looking so good together, but we definitely still have some work to do. So most importantly, we need a dining table. I really wanted to go for a round option, something that doesn't have a lot of legs, because I feel like this is already getting a little busy of an area, and I think something with like a pedestal base is gonna be simple and beautiful and just what this area needs. I was looking up some inspiration online and I found this one by Crate & Barrel. It is stunning. It's exactly what I'm envisioning in my head. Only problem is that it's like $4,600. As much as it's a gorgeous design, it's actually fairly simple, and I think that we can DIY some things. So this DIY falls in the category of my favorite projects to do, and let me tell you why. The end result is ideally gonna be something that is so sophisticated, very in style right now, but it's something that you can make with an item that's easily thriftable. I already had this table in pieces from when I picked it up in my car, but if you're following along with a table of your own, the first step would be removing the tabletop from the legs. To make the cylinder base, I'm using a 12-inch wide sono tube from the hardware store. This is about $10. I estimated how tall I'd want my table to be and then cut the tube down to size using a power saw. This stuff is called FlexiForm, and it's essentially bendable plywood. I'm tracing out how much of this I'll need to wrap around the entire tube and then cutting it out. See if this DIY ratchet does anything. I'm going in with a power sander to sand the existing finish off the tabletop and to remove some of the worn down areas. Then I'm staining it with a darker stain to match the rest of the wood tones already in the breakfast nook. The table base is getting stained to match as well. Both pieces then get finished with a clear top coat. Guys, this really is the DIY lifestyle. Using whatever you have on deck to make what you can. This bucket's been sitting out in the snow, so has this shovel, but we're gonna make it work. The good thing about the fact that I'm literally making the concrete just to act as a weight is that I can make the most basic concrete mix. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to dry perfectly smooth, or even it doesn't even have to be that strong. It just has to be heavy. That's why I think I can get away with mixing my concrete in this really old bucket with this snowy shovel, because I think it's still gonna work for what I need. Consistency is looking good. Okay, so here's my plan for how I'm gonna attach the table base to the tabletop. Out of some scrap MDF, I've cut both a circle that's the size of the inside diameter of my sonotube and a circle that's a few inches wider than that. I've glued them together with some wood glue, and this is gonna create the connection piece that I'll need. I popped the side with a smaller circle into the sonotube and screwed through the plywood sides into the MDF to hold this in place. Then the tabletop gets placed onto the larger circle, and I screwed up through the bottom of that into the wood tabletop. Let me show you one of my newest marketplace finds that I am so excited for. I think it's really gonna just make this space. When you see it, I hope you get it. This is a giant yellow clear orb pendant light that's gonna go up here, and it just gives me the biggest, like, this is a giant sun hanging in this corner, and if you don't sit here and feel happy vibes, I don't know what else I could do. Woohoo! These wall sconces have actually lived in our bedroom through many room makeovers, and I think it's time they get a change of view, so I'm gonna put them around the seating here to accomplish that lower lighting that I'm looking for. Yay! So here it is, friends, the completed breakfast nook. What do we think? Do we love it? I know that I certainly do. With every makeover in my house that passes, I get more and more excited for the future ones to come because my skill levels just keep on rising. Hello, good morning. You are catching me in my house mid-renovation project. So let me catch you up to speed. In my kitchen, I had this pantry closet. I don't think the space was used the best in this kitchen. So my plan is to turn this pantry into a coffee bar. Whoa!
Oh, there's like a little tile under
Whoa! It's like what's that word? Like vinyl flooring?
there. Yeah, I thought it was real rocks.
I did too at first. Because that would be cool if that was old stone. Wait till we take away even more.
Okay, so, we're gonna cut stuff now.
We're gonna cut some stuff now.
Whee!
Oh. Hey!
It's a big hunk of it.
Okay, I got it. Look at that. That's amazing. There's so much space now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay. I'm pretty proud of this.
That wasn't something that I had in the initial plan at all, but when we realized it's literally the bathroom right behind there.
And the pipes are right here, so it's so easy.
Just kind of one of those things that we kind of should do it because we can, and how fun would that be? And I found that pot filler for 30 bucks on Marketplace. That opens this up so much. You can see this breakfast nook so much nicer. It's gonna be great. I think I just found something really exciting on Marketplace. What I just found on Marketplace are these deep red terracotta skinny tile. And it looks like the square footage this person is selling is literally enough that like what I would need to cover this wall. I don't know if you believe in the universe or things just being serendipitous. I feel like I have to do it. Check this out. What do we think? It's not that red in person, which is good. It's beautiful. It is stunning. Today is an exciting day because we have a countertop. So instead of getting this part for the project secondhand, I decided to go with a bamboo countertop, which is something I just wanted to try out. Bamboo is a highly sustainable wood. That's awesome. Wow. Are you kidding? That is a perfect fit. All right, it's time to tile. I've committed. That's cute. Okay, so the tile is up, it is finished. I went in after the fact and added just a simple wood trim around the perimeter to basically cover where the tile ended. It's looking like we're heading somewhere. Throwing it back to the original idea for this design was to have a kind of vintage cabinet on the bottom and a vintage upper on the top. I did indeed find that ideal vintage cabinet to go underneath, but that was only a certain height. And I wanted to just go with the height that was, but as you can see here on the wall, there is a really nice trim that connects with the rest of the wall, and it kind of only made sense that that cabinet and the countertop was the same height as this. It's always a fun process when you're working backwards, trying to make things work with existing items instead of completely designing from a blank space. Okay, let's carry on and actually bring that cabinet in here because I would love to make sure that it still fits. There's like a 1%, no, a much bigger percent of me that's a little worried it's gonna be a very tight fit. Okay, let's get it lined up and then...
It's gonna fit?
Because I feel like it's gonna scratch, you know, when you push it along the bottom. Does it fit? I don't think it's gonna fit. Hold on. Okay. No way.
Definitely scratched. You have to repaint this.
That's okay. I can't believe that fit. Wow, that looks good. And one of the coolest features of this cabinet that I haven't even mentioned yet is the fact that the doors are double-sided, so you can obviously open it from this side, but you can also open it from the back, meaning that we can still access any of the pipes or the electrical behind this wall if for whatever reason we need to in the future.
So with the lower cabinet in place, let's talk about that upper cabinet now. The vintage upper cabinet I thrifted was missing some glass doors, so I asked my very talented friend Rochelle to help me source some glass ones.
So while those glass doors get made, I've actually brought the cabinet back to my house so I can figure out how to install it on this wall. My plan to hang this cupboard up here is to use this special hardware, which is called a French cleat. Okay, I am gonna wait until Austin gets home until I hang that because that is a two-person job for sure. But in the meantime, I'm ready to stain all of this wood that never got addressed. So to do that, I'm gonna use a product called Danish oil. It is typically a combination of tung oil and linseed oil, both of which are food safe. So although I don't plan to really be cooking over here, it is technically part of the kitchen, so I wanna be using something that's like, you know, okay. Enter this stuff. It's gonna hopefully give me a matching walnut color without being toxic. So we love that. Can you see it? Is that it? That was too easy. Maybe. And we also went in and just put some screws through the back into the studs because although the cleat is holding the weight of this, those screws are just gonna keep this whole thing flush to the wall for extra security. Is my glass ready? It's ready. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, yes. It's exactly what I expected. A piece of glass.
Time to see if this is going to work. So I have this piece like half in, and it's kind of getting stuck now.
You put some grease on it?
I don't know. I don't want to put pressure on it. Okay. Okay, that's great. I think it's more likely that the wood is a little off. No, let's do the doors. Oh.
How's it not fall out? That was too easy.
That's so easy. Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
It's done then.
So here she is, the completed coffee bar. Can we just take a second to reflect on the fact that this was a full-on closed-in closet just a few short weeks ago? And now we're here. This is truly the project that just kept getting bigger and bigger, from an entire tiled wall to custom glass doors that had to be made. None of these things I anticipated doing at the beginning of this, but that's okay because I love how it turned out. Okay, story time. So one of the first makeovers that I ever did when I moved into this house was the dining nook. Since then, I have switched out the sofa that made up the booth part of the nook for something that suited like the dining purposes a little better, something a little sturdier. I received so many comments asking, did you keep the couch? What did you do with the couch? Please tell me you still have the couch. And yeah, I still got it, guys. The theory is that this area operates a lot like an old school conversation pit, in the fact that there is no technology that this is centered around. Unlike a traditional living room of today, we're not all facing a TV. Instead, we're facing each other. Now, it's super possible that I'm just wishful thinking this place to feel like a conversation pit because I just truly want a conversation pit in my house very badly. But either way, I do feel like this space has actual potential, and I want to make it into something more, because right now it's just two couches floating on the ground, and it's not doing it justice. So I have some thoughts. What I think I'm gonna do is try and DIY myself an arm for these sofas. This is such a specific project that I don't know if this has ever been done before. I think that with the right design and kind of a mid-century vibe to the arm, I can make this look pretty convincing, like these sofas were meant to be a matching pair with one asymmetrical wooden arm, something like this. Now what it does is achieve the purpose of holding this bottom cushion tight in place without actually having an arm in the way at all. Oh, that is so secure. So what I really think is missing from this space is something that defines it as its own area. This is something that's super important if you also have an open concept area and you want to create different zones. You need something that defines it as its own zone. And like most of the time, the answer to that is a rug. And then to go on top of that rug, the other big piece of this puzzle is some sort of coffee table between the two sofas. I think that's really what's missing here. So we see this light here, right? Vibe-wise, it's cool, but it just doesn't hang in the center of this new zone that I'm creating. And that's a problem for me because it looks off. I have this giant globe pendant. It's actually the same one that's in my dining nook, but except it's the clear plastic version. And the one thing I don't love about this is that it's clear so you can see the light bulb in it, which is just not that nice to look at. So in my dream world, this pendant is actually a milk glass pendant. So it diffuses the light nicely and it's like a big white globe. So we're gonna try and DIY it to look that way. So this is gonna involve a lot of paint and it's gonna be messy, and I don't know if I can come back from this once I've started, but we're gonna try it. The idea is that I'm gonna mix up a liquidy paint mixture that I'm gonna pour into the globe, spin it around until it fully coats the globe, and let it dry. Oh, it's kind of like Giving Planet though. This space is looking so good. A lot of the things on the shelf have been collected over time, either from Marketplace, antique malls, or made by independent artists. But if you'd like any more information about anything you're seeing specifically, leave it in the comments and I'll try and get back to you. Today we are tackling this corner of my top floor. It's really dark, it's very plain, and this railing is just bad. It is so loose. This is the front door, and it's also the first space you walk up into when you're coming up from the bedrooms into the main living area of our home. So I've been thinking about this space for a while now, and picture this, a gigantic circle window. A few months ago, I had some professionals come out to consult on how we could make this dream circle window happen. So we now have a giant hole in the house, straight to the backyard. Much more efficient than the door, honestly. We should just leave it like this. I cannot believe I'm walking up the same set of stairs. Look at the amount of light that's hitting my face already in front of this gorgeous giant new window. And it's a gloomy winter day today, so I cannot imagine how this is gonna feel when it's a bright, sunny summer day. I cannot wait. Look at her.
I don't like how this was built. I don't trust it. It's unsafe. Listen! I don't know how railings are supposed to go together, but something tells me
Better than this?
you need at least a screw or a nail or glue somewhere. The only thing holding this rung in was
Tuck tape.
a ball of tuck tape. Literal tape. So for all those reasons, this is coming down, and we're gonna do a much better job putting a new railing back up. This is the flat piece of metal that we got, right?
Yep.
And it's gonna fit in where the old railing was, and then the rungs are gonna go to that.
So we just gotta figure out the spacing.
How many rungs did we get? We got 28, right? And we think that's a bit more than we need.
I think it's one more than we need.
So the code says that you can't have more than a 4-inch gap between. Because the problem, I think, is it's not obviously perfect math that we're gonna be able to fit a perfect amount spaced evenly with a 4-inch space every time if we want the rungs to go exactly to each end, which we do. So there's gonna be some funny math involved. I don't love when there's a lot of math involved in projects, but it's got to be done. So we're gonna take our rungs, place them where we've marked out. Okay. How's that?
Perfect.
Really?
That's perfect.
Oh, it's not so bad.
See, it's easier.
For me not knowing how to weld and what I did just now, this is way sturdier than the previous railing.
Yeah, the wooden railing.
Feeling good. Okay.
Look at that.
Look at that. I've got 2 pieces of 6-inch wood on either side here, and then 2 pieces of 5-inch wood in the center. We glued it all up, we're clamping it together, and we're essentially creating our one long board that has that nice channel underneath. When we cut it up, sand it down, and we have plans to put a nice top piece on, I'm thinking it's gonna look really good. I took a picture of the wall behind me, brought it into Photoshop, and then added a grid on top of it so I could then bring in a photo of every single piece of art that I want to hang and arrange it on the wall to scale. Trust me, I played around with this like for so many hours last night because I wanted it all to fit kind of nicely in a grid system and have all the colors look good. Let us all just have a moment of reflection of how this space looked literally 2 and a bit weeks ago. It has done an entire 180 transformation. This space feels so incredibly different in the best way possible. It's light, it's bright, it's sunny. There is so much color and joy in this area of my home where there wasn't much before. And my goodness, this might be my new favorite. This is a room so bad that I have been avoiding it entirely for the entire first year of living in this house. We are talking about the ensuite bathroom in our primary bedroom, and basically we don't want to keep anything. The whole thing needs to come down so we can reimagine it all and put it back together.
Let's do it.
Let's do it! This was interesting. This is the original tile that was underneath, I guess. It's like a swimming pool pattern. We thought the responsible thing to do would to be run our plan by a contractor friend of ours just to make sure we were headed in the right direction, and he suggested that in fact we should remove even more. There was a potential of some possibly problematic insulation in the floor, and the drywall that we did leave up, he said was likely not worth keeping either. So we're doing more. Garage, bathroom, and in that little doorway is our bedroom. So I guess now we really could make the bathroom bigger. What do you think? Why not? And all that's coming out. What's going on?
Just repairing a little bit of this rot. pretty,
Oh my gosh,
pretty rotted.
that's our house.
So we gotta fix this first before we do the bathroom, because then if this leaks into the bathroom, then we start over. This is a beam that holds all these floor joists here. I don't know how this is still standing.
This very quickly became not about renovating a bathroom anymore and more about making sure that our house was actually safe to live in. So over here, as you can see, we have a whole new wall. And over here in the corner of the garage, we have the bathroom again. We've got some studs up. We can see the outline of the bathroom. And I think the greatest change in this corner is the giant window that's now in place there. Me for scale for how great this window is. So surreal to see like a space in here again with walls. And I know so much of that was your doing.
Hi.
You've been doing so much amazing work behind the scenes. The first thing we're gonna start with is the floor. And we've found out that we're in a sort of unique situation here. So we have concrete floor that is cold and holds on to moisture because it's attached to the outside, and we don't want those things to come into the bathroom. So we have to lay down foam. And to get us ready to get back to work inside the new bathroom, Austin is gonna put up some outer drywall on the outside just to keep us and the garage a little separate. Now that that's up, it's time to add a layer of insulation and vapor barrier to the inside of the bathroom. After we had all of the interior walls drywalled, it's now time to add one more special layer to our floor to get us ready to tile. This stuff is called underlayment, and it provides a great base underneath your tile to make sure that it's going to last you a very long time. Now it's time to heat it up. So there actually is no heating in this bathroom. While it's insulated, there's no vent running hot air in here. Instead of running like HVAC into here, we're doing heated floors instead. So we've got this wire here that's gonna run through this special flooring. So that's gonna warm the room and be so nice on our feet in here. I'm very excited. All right, it's time to start tiling. And yes, we do just stick the tiles directly onto the heated wire for the heated floor. I know, this is a very cool system. I can't believe it's this simple, but that's all to it. I really hope this isn't ugly. I am nervous. Okay, it's at this point that any average person would probably have a meltdown, but I'm actually doing okay because over here you can see where I haven't fully cleaned off yet is really drying much lighter. But okay. Okay, grout lines have all been filled in, but I now need to go sponge all of this off. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Look at these pants already, guys. I got them like just a few weeks ago. I'm so happy with how this is looking. I just needed to have a little bit of faith and give the tile some time to really dry. That grout lightened up a lot, and I think it looks good. So something that's always been on the design plan since the very beginning is a slatted wood ceiling. And as you can see, we haven't done that yet. And I need to know exactly how far down that wood ceiling is going to go so that I can place the shower tiles right up against it. This is what we're using. It is cedar tongue and groove, meaning that it's got one edge that sticks out and one edge that has an indent so the pieces can kind of click together nicely. Cedar is really rot resistant. It's great for steamy environments. Think of like a cedar sauna. They use cedar for that and it holds up. So I'm feeling good about this choice of wood for this project, and especially when you do the proper preparation work like putting in vapor barrier and of course a shower vent fan that will reduce the steam in here. Now we're finally ready to tile the shower, which for that we have these just really big 2x2 off-white.
Really heavy. Did you mention that they're really
They're
heavy?
really heavy. How many pounds do you think?
A lot.
I think that the finish of this is so nice. It's like, it's satin. Satin's the word. It's not matte, but it's not high gloss. It's just gonna be really nice in the shower. tile is looking so good, and once it's fully dried, we are going to add the final step, which is the matching off-white grout. We now officially have a shower with walls. We had a contractor come out yesterday and together with Austin put all the walls up, and it has a door that closes. Excuse me, sir, this is my shower. Wow.
Fit another person in here.
Maybe more. Pass me the shampoo. Thank you. Everything's coming together. Okay, and then you might have also noticed this electrical box here on the wall that's still open and thought, that's an awfully weird place to put a light. Well, light's not going there because what is going there is something that has literally been on my house bucket list since I found out that these were a thing, like I think before I even owned a home. And that is a heated towel bar. Ah! Oh, red light turned on. Ta-da!
Wow, looks amazing.
It's like
You climb on it?
I could climb on it probably.
Until you burn your hands?
Rochelle is here and she has that finished hacked IKEA vanity for me. I'm gonna help her get it installed. Oh my goodness. It looks so good.
For the vanity, we have opted to go with just a single sink and some drawers, and then on the opposite side, I want to do a larger vanity with no sink. This will be my main spot for getting ready, doing my makeup and hair. To make these two vanities feel cohesive yet custom, I've asked Rochelle to help me upcycle some IKEA ones.
Hi, Rochelle! Often when we think of doing an entire room makeover, we think of all the things we need to buy to make the space feel brand new and exciting. But I want you to consider what items you might already own that can be repurposed, restyled, and reused. Like for example, this circle mirror I've had for so many years. The wood stools, you know I resealed them, and even this piece of art above the toilet all had previous lives in past makeovers of mine. And honestly, I think they look so good in this new bathroom, and it does feel like an entirely new space to me. In the beginning, we had plastic, vinyl, faux tile walls, cracking floors, and then we had, well, nothing. We had a completely empty room, a gutted space, no walls, no real floor, and no ceiling. But then, through many days and weeks of hard work, we now have the most serene, spa-like bathroom of my dreams. Feels like so surreal to say that it's done. I think if I wasn't so like heads down in this entire journey, I would probably cry in this moment. Like months ago me, realizing my whole house was rotting at the front, if you told me I'd be here now, I think I would cry. Hello, and welcome to my bedroom. This is a space that I haven't shown a ton of, but for context, bed is on the right and brand new bathroom is on the left. Behind me is a closet that I absolutely hate. And I've also got a laundry hamper that I would love to hide in here too. So top that all off with this big door that kind of wants to be shut. It's just not working. Which, speaking of doors, let me introduce you to this interesting little number. I have never really explored this weird hole. Hello? Oh, it's creepy in here. I don't like that. So I don't have much explanation for why this is here, other than directly below me is the staircase into my basement. It goes about 3 feet back and about 3 feet over, so it's essentially a giant cube of empty space in here, and I don't know what the previous homeowners used it for. All I know is that I'm doing nothing with it currently, and I think it could be used better. So after cleaning everything out yesterday, I was able to really get a good look at the state of the closet, and I've come to the really unfortunate decision that the walls are just in terrible shape. There's holes, they are bent, they're chipped,
And this kind of paneling is not patchable. It's not easy to repair because I know I'm gonna be putting so much work into it after this and making it look amazing that it would be such a disservice to my home and this project if I didn't properly fix these walls. So I think what that means is I'm gonna have to rip out all of the old paneling and put new walls in. Yeah, it's more work and my timeline is looking longer, but in the end, I think this is the smart and the right thing to do.
In an attempt to bring this closet experience out more and use more of the outside space better, I have a plan. And I actually couldn't find a lot of pictures on Pinterest of spaces that have done what I'm picturing in my head, and that's either a really good thing or a really bad thing. So I want to thrift a low cabinet or a dresser of sorts that I can place beside the door that will act as a room divider and separate the rest of the bedroom from this closet area. Plus, it's ideally going to be like a storage unit that I can put more things in. Since the plan is to take some stuff out of the closet, it's gotta go somewhere else.
It really does just feel like another wall extension here, which is exactly what I wanted. And this space feels so grand and sectioned off. Like now it feels like you've entered the space. Whereas before, you didn't enter the space until you were all the way in here. So I've been thinking long and hard about how I can best use this space behind me. And because it's so deep, I'm feeling like any sort of shelf situation is just not gonna be practical because things are going to get lost back there. I can see it already. There's no way to get in there and easily grab stuff from the very back. And I want this to be a space that I can store things that I use regularly because that's where the practicality of all this leans into. I want things to be easy to grab and to store and to put away once I'm done. My laundry, is that just a me problem? I don't think so. So instead of shelving, I've come up with a better idea. I found these ceiling suspended clothing rail brackets online, and that's what I'm gonna do. Put another clothing rail in here. Since I wanna eliminate one in the closet anyways, it makes sense that one goes somewhere else, and having one right here means I can access things easily, I can store things better, and nothing's gonna get lost in the very back.
This here is my attempt at a DIY shoji-inspired door panel, and you know what? For my first attempt at something like this, it's really not that bad. So I'm gonna start by getting the track on the wall, and then we'll put the other half onto the frame and see if she slides. Oh my God. This pulse and pendant light is an antique score of mine recently, and this is the perfect place for it to live. And this little cutie, $6 at the thrift store. How good is that? And I just need to share that my laundry hamper now fits so well in this new space. This closet space did a full 180 turn in just over a week. As always, I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. Do you love it? Would you have changed something? Let me know in the comments below. My laundry room is situated beside my bedroom, and it is quite honestly my least favorite room in the entire house. There's not a single thing in it that I like or want to keep besides the actual machines themselves, which work pretty well, but every single wall is pegboard, which is not functional for me in this space. The ceiling's kind of gross and the floor is just not my favorite, and on top of a ton of different trim that's installed a little wrong, and so many exposed pipes and just things that I want to fix, I think it's fair to say that today's makeover is going to be fairly extreme. Ta-da! Okay, we made it through the not so fun demolition process, and the space is back to its bones, back to a blank area, and I'm ready to start thinking about what I actually want this new space to look like. I want to take a moment to talk about the outside of the room. This area of my home is a spot where there's a lot of doors, a lot of similar looking doors. One goes to my bedroom, one on the left here goes to a little linen closet, there's another one on the other side that goes to bedrooms, and another one that goes to a shoe closet, and another one that goes to a bathroom.
Door City over here.
Yes.
So I really want to find a way to differentiate them so it's not so confusing when you walk through my home. So to do that,
we're gonna make a statement wall. This is going to be the statement wall. To end all statement walls, a glass block wall.
Good morning. I am on my way to rescue some glass blocks for this project. And I say rescue because I saw the listing for them online on Marketplace, and the seller said that they're currently sitting under a ton of snow, all this snow that we just got, and she said I can have them if I'm able to free them. That's the mission for today.
And turns out this was a mission. There was so much snow. My hands were freezing, the blocks were stuck together with ice, and honestly, seeing them in person, they were pretty rough, and I was getting a little worried that this glass would not clean up very well.
We did it.
Holy crap, you guys. It looks like out of this world cool. Like, I knew it would be cool, but that's cool. It's really heavy. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, did we do it? Whoa. Now I'm on to adding some chrome accents like this light switch plate. Guys, we can have cool light switch plates. Treat yourself. Then I'm adding this chrome flush mount light to finish off the space. Yay! Oh, that's so nice. This is a piece of cork floor tiling, and I thrifted a few boxes of them originally with the intention to put them in my bathroom. I decided against that, but I do think that this is a good room for them instead. These floor tiles are a tongue and groove system, so they should be very easy to install. They're a floating floor method, which means they don't get glued or anything. They just click together and hang out here on the floor. And I know that sounds so simple, but I'm really hoping it is that simple.
I thrifted these stunning vintage chrome eyeball track lights that will be the perfect lighting for the laundry.
Okay, so the plan moving forward for this space is to do one long countertop that goes along this back wall and will go over top of the dryer. A lot of the times when you have front load machines, the top is just wasted space. So let's just cover it up and make this a whole working counter that we'll put a sink into when we're ready. Wow! That looks good. Hello. Nice. Perfect. Perfect measuring job and cutting job. Faucet.
As a finishing touch to the laundry room, I DIY'd this custom wooden dragon rack, which acts as both a shelf and a rack.
I'm staining the shelf in the color Early American, and then I'm bringing it home to install in the laundry room. I'm screwing directly through the back and the side edge pieces into studs in my wall to make sure the shelf is super sturdy and can hold everything I need it to. Now that it's up, I'm coating the whole thing in several coats of polyurethane to make sure this can withstand any moisture and protect any of my clothing from the stain. This step is super important, don't skip it. Okay, hold on, this is actually perfect timing because I just got a very exciting package in the mail that I got this off of a vintage reseller who sells like sort of salvage stuff, and it's a basic like chrome knob, but then it has this back plate that goes behind it that's a little starburst. And okay, like, do we see this? I want to see this as like your basic option at the hardware store. We gotta have some fun in here. We need some more fun. Let's get fun. Let us now take a minute to look back on just how rough this laundry room started and appreciate the space she is now. I am giving my stairs a huge makeover, and I actually fear I might have gone 270s with this one. We, of course, are not the first owners of this house, so we actually have no idea how old this carpet is, but I can tell you it's old and it's worn out. And as many times as I have tried to actually clean it, I think it's just past its date of being able to get back to a level of clean that I want to live with. So along with the carpet not being great, the walls themselves are really not great. It's pretty beat up. It's not repairable because it is paneling. and I think it's time we just do something fresh. So that being said, who's ready to rip up some carpet? Let's go. Okay, so carpet is off, and that actually went relatively easy, so I'm very happy about that. But that doesn't mean we didn't find problems, because of course it doesn't mean that. So after removing the carpet, it was then time to remove the walls, which once we removed the walls that were touching the exterior of the house, we realized that all of the insulation behind there, it was all crumbling, falling apart, and there is definitely signs that animals had been back there, which is not ideal. What this means now is, instead of me just recovering up the walls with a new material, which was my original plan, I now need to re-insulate all those walls too, which in the long run is better because it means we get a better insulated home and our heat will go farther, and it also means I can do a better job of protecting any spots where wildlife are choosing to enter my home. Okay, so this right here is the kit that we're going to be using to re-insulate the walls. So here's how it works. It's 2 little tanks and a hose that comes from both of them. And what this is essentially is a giant version of the spray foam cans that you might see people filling cracks in their home with, insulating around windows, the stuff that you spray and it expands. We've definitely used this for DIY projects in the past. This is a large format, yet still DIY friendly version that you can get.
Now to replace the walls. I'm using pine tongue and groove wooden panels. These are really easy to install and instantly give that mid-century vibe.
If you know me, then you know I love a good lamp, or I would go so far as to say I love good lighting. If you want to make a space look more elevated, more designerly, just add some cool lighting. These are deck lights. They're tiny little pot lights, essentially. The idea here is to put them on this wall that we're now dealing with today, kind of in the corner of each step, so that in the evening, if we're ever going upstairs from our bedroom, there can be a little bit of an ambiance, a little bit of a glow, a little bit of a light the way up the stairs. Not that I really need this to survive, but how cool is this gonna look? How cool. I recently discovered this house, which I'll put some pictures here. It was designed by Carl Fender in 1973. It is a mid-century gem. And all of the choices that have been made in this house make me so genuinely happy. Most specifically, the carpet. Can we talk about this carpet? Now, the fact that this carpet literally is the carpet for the entire house means that the designer was much braver than I am, but I do think that this is the carpet that I want to be on my stairs. The stairs currently look like this, which is actually really good, and I'm really happy with the way it's looking, but it is, however, not ready for the carpet install. The plan is not to leave the wood bare. I do want to stain it, and I want to stain it before the carpet comes because we cannot get any stain on this carpet. It's the color American Walnut. This color is the most teak looking stain I have ever seen, and I don't know why I've never noticed it before, but it's pretty good. Good morning! It's carpet day. Looks good.
Yes.
I love the color. Do you like it, or it's too green for you? The vision has left the group chat. It is here in my house. It's truly the most perfect 70s green. It is exactly what I was looking for. It's absolutely wild to look back and see where the stairs started versus how cool they look now. It might be a little weird to say that a staircase feels like me, but truly getting to walk up and down these stairs every day really feels like just an embodiment, an extension of myself, if you will. Welcome to the start of my next big project. This is gonna be the coolest space that I've ever done. I'm saying it now, I'm putting that into the universe. This is gonna be a good one. Oh, hey, a quarter. Okay, the room is empty. It's cool because I feel like it has so much potential right now to be so many things now that it's empty and I can really look at it.
Oh, I broke it.
Oh my god.
Well, I didn't think it was gonna break that easy.
So this is the progress that's been made. This is how the room's looking. We were pretty much able to get it all the way back to the studs and the raw floor and the raw ceiling yesterday, which is great. I have to be honest, that process went better than I was thinking it would, which is making me feel really good because if you know, we have found some funny business in this house before, and so far we haven't discovered anything that we can't handle. This window here, I want to do something different, and this has been my dream for this room ever since we bought the house and I moved in. I saw this space and immediately was like, no, this needs to be something different. Right out there is my front yard. Come take a look. This is the exterior. These are the 2 windows that we've been looking at on the inside this whole time, and just look at how lovely this would be. Okay, can we imagine it? I wake up in the morning, the sun's shining. I take 2 steps from my bed. I open my patio door and I come out. You're kidding me right now. How good would this be? So I need to start thinking about flooring now because I have a feeling this process is gonna take me a while, strictly because I actually don't even have a vision yet. So yesterday I went and I got some samples for flooring options because even though we're not at that stage yet, I need to figure it out now so I can get something on order. What are we thinking? Initial thoughts, feelings?
I like that carpet, I think.
This one?
Yes.
You don't want to do wood at all?
It's too hard and cold.
Carpet?
Let's do it. That was easy.
I feel like that decision was made too easily, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like it was too easy. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get started planning out the accent wall and Austin's closet rebuild. 2 of the biggest standout features in Eichler homes are both wood paneled walls and clear story windows, which are windows that are placed right at the very top of the wall to allow light into the home. I want to replicate this vibe for the accent wall, but I can't actually put in real windows here for reasons, so we're gonna get creative with how we get this look and how we ultimately light it up. For the closet rebuild, I loved the original bifold wooden doors that came with the home, so let's keep those. But instead of putting his dresser back in its original spot, I want to build it into the closet so that when the drawers are closed, it sits flush with the wall, creating this really awesome built-in look while also maximizing floor space. And then we'll cover whatever's left in some fresh drywall.
That's good. Why? Why? To be clear, 78.5. 78.5, exactly. This house just isn't level. It's the room. It's not me.
Does this line up? Yeah! Wow! It's looking really good. This is the accent wall where I'm gonna do wood paneling with sort of this faux window effect on top. Where we need to start is pretty much exactly how we did the other one, framing it out, basically building the support, the structure of the whole thing so we can cover it with whatever material we want and make it look beautiful.
Tongue and groove accent wall is done. It's looking amazing. I'm just gonna add a little wooden corner trim to cap the top and make it look nice and even. Here's the plan I've come up with. I think what I need to do is build basically a giant window frame that's going to consist of 3 window panes. And then the hope is after that, I'm able to put some sort of light source behind it, which can help us replicate the idea of daylight coming through these windows.
Let us plug this in and see if this vision that we have been working away on actually visions. Oh man. It's so cool. Look at her. Are you joking me right now? This is literally it. Guys, I'm so happy. Seeing the walls get closed in is really starting to make this feel like an actual room again, and guys, I'm getting so excited. And with that, we now have this drawer unit fully recessed into the closet. It's a true built-in, and I just think having these drawers in the closet is
so sweet. Like the amount of floor space we've saved up by having this in as a part of the closet and not out here is fantastic. So this is looking awesome. Same with this one. I can't wait to see her all stained up and shining. I think that's really when it's gonna come together and just look so amazing. I've seen a lot of you asking who Ruth is, and honestly, we don't know. But I think since we're very close to covering up the floor, it only feels right for us to sign our names here as well while I have to paint out.
KD.
Can I write something funny?
Well, you kind of gotta write your name is the idea.
Is it I-N or O-N?
Osman. You have a joke ready?
I worked all day on this.
I don't get it.
It's ruthless.
Now, before the carpet gets installed, there's still one more really big project that we have to do. Because this door that we put in serves as an entryway and an exit from the inside to the outside, you can imagine that carpet right up against it is gonna get dirty really fast. So our proposed solution is to put tile in front of the door, and I think the only way it's not gonna look strange is to have it go wall to wall between these two walls so it looks purposeful and like it was designed when the rest of the room was designed. Because we're working with some funny features here. This wall is at a different angle than the rest of the space. I'm just trying to have things look right, okay? So while the tile dries before I do the grout, I'm gonna move on to staining because I have a lot of that to do. This is when it sort of starts to come together and look like something. It's carpet day. Carpet day, carpet day, carpet day. Last chance to spill coffee on the floor.
Did you just spill?
No, but if there was ever a time, it's not after today. Yeah, it's super nice. I like the color.
Beautiful.
Cool, thank you. Dude, it's looking so good. Can we show you something? You wanna come see? Come on, come on, let's go.
Look, buddy! Look! What is this? A non-slippery floor for your little feet. Now no slipping. No slipping. It's actually so nice. It's so comfy. I really like the color too. Are you happy? Your room's coming back together, bud. Come here, Dee. Come on. Good boy. No. I think he likes it. I think he likes it.
Okay, we are making serious progress, but I feel like for the keen viewers out there, you might have realized that there's still some pretty noticeable seams in the ceiling where the drywall is. And yes, I'm aware of that too, and it was slightly done this way on purpose because I want to do some faux ceiling beams. And the bonus to all of this is that it's just gonna cover my drywall seams and I don't have to patch them. Woo!
It's so nice when the vision comes to life and it works.
It's all coming together, people. It really is. Now is the time to do something that I have wanted to do for so long. Oh, baby. Yep, okay, yep. Everything is coming together. Are you joking me right now?
Woo!
Yay!
Wasn't so bad.
That wasn't bad at all.
Okay, so we just got the TV back on the wall, and one of my biggest peeves in room design is floating TVs with nothing underneath them. I don't know, I just feel like they need some sort of grounding element. So what does one do with a wall-mounted TV in a corner with awkward space underneath? So this is clearly a pretty tall unit, and I've already put the TV up, and the TV would be here. This is in the way. So my plan from the beginning was to just use the bottom part of this cabinet, which means I'll need to figure out a way to remove this top. Okay. I'd say this thrift flip was very successful. Something I also picked up the other day was this incredible teak credenza for only $200. Can we believe it? This price is probably because it wasn't in perfect condition, but that is nothing that a little sandpaper and wood filler can't fix. With some fresh teak oil, she is coming back to life. Now, we can bring back in my massive mirror. So as you can see, I put back up the bathroom door, which works on a track sliding system, but it needs to slide over onto the wall, and it's going to take up some space that the mirror also needs to take up. So we have to do a little bit of a layering moment to make space for everything. I'm going to mount a 2x4 to the wall so that the mirror can rest against that. The 2x4 won't go all the way across. We'll leave a little bit of a gap on the one side, so that leaves an empty pocket for the door to tuck nicely behind the mirror. That is so satisfying. The benefit of having a wooden accent wall is you don't really have to worry about finding a stud.
Are we ready to be stunned? This feels pretty surreal to say, but I think today is my last day working on this room. Okay guys, let's take it back to how this room looked when we started this whole process. It was pretty gray, dated, and some areas were not in the greatest condition. But now, after months of hard work, check out my finished mid-century modern inspired bedroom. This time she's dated in all the right ways. The color combo of the teal and the wood is just bringing me so much joy, and the real magic is made in all of the thrifted and vintage treasures I've collected for this space.
Looking back, it's hard to believe just how much this house has changed. This old farmhouse is slowly becoming the home of my dreams, the home that we've always imagined. But the truth is, we are not even close to being finished yet. There are still rooms to renovate, ideas to bring to life, walls that I am honestly scared to open, and plenty more adventures waiting around the corner. Our kitchen needs a facelift to match the style of the rest of the home. We've barely touched the living room, and I still have 3 whole guest rooms to tackle. And probably more things that I haven't even realized are a problem yet. So if you'd like to see what happens next, make sure you're subscribed and come along with me for the rest of the journey. I'll see you there. Bye!